right, so we talk about agreements a lot. And Susan, I'm wondering if you can provide an introduction to the idea of agreements and why we thought it was so important to include and lead together.
Well, for me, it's very simple. An agreement is simply making the implicit explicit. We walk around in our lives every day with assumptions about our work, about our colleagues, and if we're not actually writing things down and understanding what our agreements are, we are not actually living the potential of understanding how we can work together and lead together.
So what does commitment making and keeping look like in organizations that lead together?
Well, when you don't have a boss making your commitments for you, uh, Travis, this is what you need to have done by Friday. We have to make our own commitments, and the way that it looks is, I would say, I'm Susan. I'm committed to having this piece of work done by Friday. This is how I want to be held accountable for my commitment, and it's, again, sounds simple. It's the hardest thing you're ever going to do, but when you're moving from command and control where one person is making commitments on behalf of others to actually standing behind and making one's own commitments, that's the simplest way to start.
Yeah, and one of the things that I learned from you was there's even an additional step you can take on asking who's going to hold you accountable, whether you're going to do it yourself or invite some others. And that loop closure, when that person agrees, can be really powerful. I loved that addition that you taught me. Speaking of that loop closure, Brent, we talk about Bruce Peters' TED Talk in the book, and he's got an interesting practice on how he does his commitment keeping. Can you talk about that?
Sure can. So Bruce really puts commitment making on overdrive and takes it very seriously. So he keeps a log throughout the week of all of the little and big commitments that he makes and when he committed to deliver. And then at the end of the week, every Friday, he sits back and looks at, okay, what are the commitments that I've made that I have not yet delivered on? And he keeps a little bit of time blocked on Friday to finish up those commitments and close them out. And he's been doing this for years, to the point that he now measures and monitors his commitment keeping percentage. Now, for us, that might be a little more than we can handle in our day, but even just taking a week and giving it a try, so that it allows us to become more aware of how many commitments we actually make in a week, and how are we doing at delivering on those commitments that we're making.
Yeah, that awareness on what to say no to especially was eye-opening for me.
Sure.
Another technique that you taught me was around the 3 R's around commitments. Can you speak a little bit to that?
For sure. So when we're in the process of making a commitment, to Susan's point, there's a lot of assumption making. So I can ask you, Travis, to keep to deliver something, for an example, and you could say yes. I don't know exactly what you've said yes to until you tell me back what you've said yes to. So that's the first R, which is reflecting back and just saying, hey, Travis, can you tell me what you think you committed to, just so you and I can make sure we're on the same page. So that's the first R. The second R is recapping by email. So just the simple practice of saying, hey, I'm going to just send you a quick email back on what I think we just agreed to. And if you could just give me a thumbs up and say, yeah, we're aligned, or let me know if there's something I missed. And the third is record live. And that is, sitting together as we are right now, saying, let's pop open a Google Doc and write this out live, just so that we can all see the words together and know that, okay, yeah, we're all agreeing to the same thing. Sometimes when we don't do that, we mishear each other, we add in our own words. So being able to actually visualize it allows us to all know what we're aligning to together.
Yeah, all of them kind of improve that chance that we're going to actually remember these and have something we can go back and look to. That's phenomenal. Thank you.